Kick! We're in the Chiefs 65 Toss Power Trap Studios for our Coach's Corner. Today, well, it's time to hear from Chiefs Offensive Coordinator Bill Muir. Bill, well, I said Chiefs Offensive Coordinator. It's your first year in the role. How excited are you to take on a larger role with this offense?
I'm excited on many levels. Number one, excited because Todd Haley, our head coach, had confidence enough to give me the responsibility. Excited because of an excellent offensive staff to work with. Too often coordinators get too much credit when things go well. You can't do it without a great staff. And I've been coaching a long time, and I choose this word carefully, excellent offensive staff. We have a great blend of experience and youth, and we have coaches who have played successfully, and that brings a perspective to the team that you can't replace. And last but not least, I'm excited to work with this offensive group of players that we have. Got a great blend, again, of youth and age, and the young players, as you saw last year, are really beginning just to find out what they're capable of.
You mentioned you've been coaching a while. Obviously, you were the offensive coordinator under John Gruden in Tampa Bay, but I want you to take me back to 1989. You're hired as the defensive coordinator with Indianapolis Colts. What had the Colts thinking, hey, you know what, we should hire an offensive coach to be our defensive coordinator? How did that come about to where you're the D coordinator in Indy?
I guess the only true answer lies with Ron Muir, who was the head coach at that time. But Ron knew me when I was a college coach, and I did spend some of my college coaching career on the defensive side of the ball. And he wanted to change the design and the culture. And I had been at Detroit playing against the Chicago Bears and Buddy Ryan's infamous 46 defense. And he thought my perspective of having played against it for so many years, I understood the strengths and weaknesses of it. And he's kind of wanted to develop that. So to make a long story short, that's why I wound up where I wound up. I call it the dark side. I was on the dark side there for several years. Enjoyed it. And really, in the long run, it was an excellent experience for me.
Yeah, in 1991, you resumed back to offense, and then you've been back on the light side, as you would say, ever since. So let's talk about some of your expertise. Obviously, the offensive line position. As a whole, this group, well, other than leading the league in rushing last year, they saw the sacks allowed drop dramatically. How did this team, as a whole, improve so much on the offensive line in 1 year? How does that happen?
Well, you know, I have an expression, high tide raises all boats in a harbor, big, little, and in between. And I think as you get better offensively, regardless of what position you're talking about, it helps the whole unit get better. You become a better run blocking team when you have a better runner. Your pass pressures and sacks reduce when all of a sudden you have a quarterback who understands his role in the passing game and receivers who are disciplined, and the ball starts coming out on time. So I think we got better collectively as an offense, and that helped all parts of our offense get better. But I would have to say specifically the addition of Casey Wegman and Ryan Lilja, the maturity of Brandon Albert, the emergence as the season developed. Barry Richardson stepped in at a starting position. At the end, held off all competition because of the consistency in which he played. And of course, you have the veteran leadership of an experienced player like Brian Waters. So it just seemed that we had a nice blend.
65 toss power trap. That might pop wide open, Rats.